Hello. Apparently I left my mic on this whole time. I did not realize that. So you heard a lot of door slamming. I apologize. I'm running around like crazy. Let's go ahead and unpause. Do I want to run a power line from here, or just wait until things connect? Probably just wait until things connect. I wonder how the park coverage is going to be. I think it's going to be fine. The incinerators have to travel a fair distance to get out over here. Technically, it's okay. So we're still just waiting for just regular population to kick in. Getting a bit of a dip here, but I think it's going to be okay. All this is just shortage of employees, but people are moving into the town, generally speaking, so we should be all right. Heard you use a tissue. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh, and groaning. Yeah. Probably one of those. Probably farting. Gotta let some of those rip between breaks. Actually, I don't think I did. Which is miraculous, because normally, that's the time you let it all go, right? The burps, the farts, the sneezes. Ba-da-da-da. Hello, TJ, Lev. Thanks for the sub. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. So things are going to, continue to look kind of like crappy over here for a while, just because we built so fast. The city's actually fine. It is, net growing, but there's going to be fluctuations up and down. Just because it, grows, and then it's like, oh, we don't have all the services, we don't have all the employees, we gotta fall down. Bum 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 bum. Health. Crematoriums, 700 dead people in the city of our size. Still good. It's going up a little bit. Health is fantastic, 177. Queef Master General, thanks for the sub. Lots of health coverage over here, which is good. Still waiting for enough things to pop in here for the houses to kick in. Maybe we'll run a little power cable after all. Just like that. What are you guys complaining about over here? So yeah, same thing. Not enough workers. They want uneducated workers. We'll keep blowing these up to free up some resources. How is our education system looking right now? 7% uneducated. We still have too many smart people. Now, obviously, actually here, this industry here, we would like to level this up. How come they're not fully leveled up? You've got all of those. Ooh, you actually have... It's green, but you don't actually have proper fire coverage. Nor there. You know what? Let's put a fire station right in here. That should potentially help. We'll also have to take a look at actual traffic stats. There might be some bottlenecks here and there. That could be a thing. Also, do you have any public transit? The answer is no. So let's make sure we've got a bus line. Oh, right. It goes that way, which is okay. The bus line that sort of services you, like so. Now, they're not actually sharing a stop. I know people do walks. I'm hoping they'll cross the street to go from one to the other. Usually, I like actually having the buses share a stop, and maybe I should have done that a bit differently. But we'll have to hope that's okay. So yeah, we have a lack of uneducated workers. Now, you're leveled up all the way. You are not, though. You actually want... You're complaining... Who's just subbed? Mini Razor, hey, thanks for the sub, while I whine a little bit. So these guys would be unhappy if I brought in more educated workers, because they want uneducated workers, but at the same time they want more educated citizens before they can level up. You know, there's just no pleasing some of these people some of the time. These yellow buildings are kind of neat, though. I like how they definitely stand out. It's kind of cool. The same thing going on here. Not enough uneducated workers. Town needs more stupid people. Now, what I could start to do is replace some of these low-density blocks with high-density. Of course, in the short term, same as we're sort of bleeding off a few people here and there, we're going to bleed off even more people by doing one of those, because we're going to be booting all these people out of their house. How are the happiness levels? I think everyone's really happy still. Indeed they are. They're ecstatic. Health, yeah, continues to be quite good. No pockets of bad health anywhere, I don't think. No. No. Everything is good that way. We just have to keep bringing some dumb people into town. Now, these areas are populating, which is making me very happy. These buildings are not completely full. I mean, population as a whole is dropping, but I think it's generally on its way up. And yeah, see, there's just... no one's abandoning their houses. It's just everything else. Let us go. And... I'm in a bit of an arc over here. Come out to roughly the right length there. Let's do some artsy-fartsy roads. I don't know. Actually, maybe we'll do one of those. Oh, did not sleep well last night. My back is all kerfuffled. Not gonna lie, I actually woke up. This is not the first time this has happened with cities. I know I'm leaving in spaces over here. I'm gonna try to make more green spaces. In fact, I don't even want this one to be a straight road, nor that one there. I want this one to be... whoops, I don't want to bulldoze. Keep waking up with, like, interchange anxiety. There we are. So little slanty roads. Crooked it up, break people's brains if you've got OCD. I'm gonna do a big block fill over here. Oh yeah, it's non-polluting, so let's go and like high density up all that stuff. I have no idea if people are interested in moving in. Overall, the thing is, overall the town is thrilled. Overall, people are super happy. The only barriers right now is the fact that we don't quite have the right population demographic mix. Hey Tara! Welcome to the stream live for the first time. So I'm not going to bulldoze these things right now, because again, we're still just waiting for more people to come in. Now, everyone who's here should be employed. I wonder, is there any employment stats overall? I mean, we've got sort of population tab here. We have more deaths than births per week. Alright. Unemployment, 2%. So, yeah, we actually need to get more people in here. 2% unemployment is actually, like, too low. Mostly families versus mostly adults. What? I guess families have kids? Whereas these don't have any kids yet? That might be the case. And yeah, oh! We've got some crime in this park. Really? We have coverage. I guess we don't have, like, maxed out coverage. What do we have? We have... is that all we have? A police station over there? Oh, that won't do it all. Let's do one of those. Okay, decent coverage. How's the fire? Fire's not great either. Okay. Let's get one in there. Which should reach a fair deal of stuff over there. Make people happier. Try to encourage people to move in. Let's catch up on the chirper. Where's everyone gone? Abandoned buildings everywhere. Nah, yeah, no, it's not residences, though. Clean city. Public services available. Amazing vacation. Parks and recs. Good morning, everyone. Okay, what's not connected to the power grid? Oh, I don't think Amanda Mason works in the town anymore, so... we've got lots of power. We have infinite power. Everyone is really happy over here. Look, there's nothing wrong on this side of town. That's wonderful. It's just our industry. We can't keep enough dumb people around. That's why I made the move over to mostly offices, because offices just want super educated people. And I mean, certainly if we get these up to level 3, but all the ones who are level 3 are mega happy. It's just getting them to level 3 can be a pain in the ass. Doodly-doo. Jake Amory says, pizza plus Quilly Teen Stream equals best night ever. Pizza. The only downside to pizza is it's so salty. I just end up, like, insanely thirsty for the rest of the night. Like, uncomfortably thirsty. It's unbelievable. So, I don't know. Passenger service last week. None. But you are... Oh, there we go. You are getting trains. There's just no passengers using it. I'm going to say, it is functional. I guess people aren't trying to get here. Even with the metro station, which is connected to everything. It is connected. That's a real shame. People aren't using it internally, and we're not getting any tourists over there either. We'll leave it there for now. And we can certainly add more things to the rail, but... You have the option to bulldoze a bad industry and make way for high-tech. No, they sort of have to upgrade to it. Now, one of the questions that we can have as well. There's no zoning thing we can do to, like... Because you can encourage high-tech housing. But you can't do... Actually, no industrial stuff we can do at all. Hello, Drazian. Thanks for the sub. You want more dumb people? Pass the free cable TV for everyone act. If you elevate the industrial land values, they will need higher educated value. Yeah. And, I mean, that's what we have done. I thought over here. Where is it? Over here. Let's take a look at the land values. Yeah, they're not as high over here. How come? Do we actually have a park in the middle or anything? Yeah, that might be what's going on. Oh, we do have a park there. Okay, so let's get a park down here. We'll get another plaza. I thought we had maxed that out. I mean, on the other hand, the abandoned buildings are also dragging down land values. I think they've got full services. Let's check. They actually don't have a bus route over here. Let's make sure they've got some local bus service. No, still a loop. No, I don't think they matter. They care who they're connected to. And land value is not something I can necessarily force completely. I mean, a little bit with parks and stuff. Let's go here, because this won't actually replace any of my zoning. So it generates access. I guess I could switch to the fancy roads, because that increases land value. Quicks! Thanks for the sub. No, see? And I think it's partially like, I think the higher buildings increase land value. You know, satisfying the needs of these guys increases land value. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not popping up. I could, in this zone, pass the... Oh, I already have Parks and Rec. Increases land value around parks and plazas. Well, not really kicking in. There's no tax relief for industrial. Slightly increased land value. There's no actual housing in this zone, but if it increases land value throughout the zone, we might get a little bleed over. Alright, we'll come back to it. Maybe it's going to raise things enough to get them to go to the next level. Educate more citizens. Well, they're really pretty fucking educated, actually. That's not actually the problem. Keep blowing up the abandoned ones over here. We'll come back. We'll come back to Elf Siren Heights. Meanwhile, over here... Now, there's no ability to level up any of the lumbering buildings. They only have one level. And they are completely dependent on uneducated workers. So maybe it was a mistake to put so many of them down when we didn't have any uneducated workers. That is entirely possible. Let's get some bus routes going on over here. We're going to do some of those. Come out over here. You know what? Then you'll feed into the industrial area. Come out of it this way. That's the wrong side of the road, so I guess we're not going to do that. You'll just come down here, here. Oh, which seems to reach okay. And we'll do one of those. And we'll get a bit of a local route that goes here, 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 there, and then back that way. Just to make sure we've got coverage. We'll put a park down in this area, probably a couple, maybe the smaller parks. Some more over there. Now over here, higher land value might bring us more high-tech industry. Get that one down. Maybe another one of those. I mean, they get full accessibility now. I'm not sure if it'll make a difference or not. Although, on the other hand, like, I do have uneducated workers over here, but I guess there's not that many in the city. How's our unemployment overall? I think the problem is still we don't have enough people. We're still at 2% unemployment. We just need to cram the city full of people. We need more warm bodies. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's holding us back right now. So let's go and just pump out more more residential areas all over the place. Don't connect over there. Do one of those. Maybe come over here. Go a little bit further this way. Don't connect. Go there. And we'll stick with high density. That's fine. Don't quite get all the way over here. And in fact, we'll go and plop down a row of small parks all along here, just to make sure to contain the pollution. Also, it might force the land value up. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly... Like, I think the land value is a function of the quality of the housing. So the housing and the buildings need to pump up before it gets there. You can see here, like, we still don't have it. Very frustrating. Oops, I bulldozed the legit business over there, which is unfortunate. Wow, this fire risk is still pretty crazy, even though we've got a couple of stations over here. Traffic is fine. The other thing we could do over here... Well, we'd have to get rail over here. They would be very, very happy if I had a cargo station. Now, I think what's funny is I don't think it actually has to be connected to the grid to get the happiness boost. They're just happy it exists. I'm just going to leave it there and see what happens. You know, just to say. Meanwhile, new housing district is starting to come in. All right, that's good. They're going to need some water over here. That's not water. Yeah, it is. A little more over there. Very good. We'll get ready for the future over here in case we want to do anything. Oops, technically we might have a little gap over there. Let's go ahead and fill in the gap just to make sure. You guys are complaining about lack of workers. Fair enough. These buildings are all filling up nicely. It's interesting that the population has dipped from our peak of 190, and yet there's still clearly people moving into some of these newer areas. This is very disappointing, but this is happy making. Look how many, like, we've got highly educated people moving in over here. I guess there's still lots of demand for that kind of housing. Come on, where's my dumb people? How's my education levels? They need to drop some more. We're still only at 6% uneducated. In fact, I think there's less uneducated people than last time I checked. I think we might have been at 7%. I mean, it's nice that the number of highly educated have dropped down because we didn't need as many of those. But we still just need more dumb people. Shit. Well, let's keep building. When in doubt, build more. So, I mean, we're going to want one of those here. And then what I think I'll end up with is another one of those like that. And then from here, we'll build a bit of a crooked lane that way. I don't know. Keep building more of this housing. And hope that it will fill up. I mean, it will in time. A nice big park. You know what? That's going to be overkill because it's like overflowing to a lot of areas that really don't matter. So that's got all that like that. Water coverage. Oops, too sharp. Let's do one of those. You don't have power yet, but that's fine. I'm going to put another garbage incinerator like down at this end of town. Health coverage, fire, police is good. I'm not going to put a school over there. I want the dummies. How about turning off some of the schools so the capacity is lower? Maybe. I don't want to turn off any of the existing schools, though, because I don't want to downgrade any of my existing buildings. I like how, like, the red light was on forever, even though there was no cars there. Overall, we're okay. Traffic is still flowing pretty well everywhere. Abandoned buildings. Robot invasion imminent. Check for more clues in the plaza near you. Hashtag flashmob Asimov crew. My domestic AI is behaving badly today. Any tips on how to confront and... What? What's all this robot stuff? Who should I call if no one shows up to pick up the dead? I'm not seeing a backlog of dead anywhere. How's my illness overall? We've got 247 sick people, which is up a little bit, but it's still pretty goddamn low. 665 dead people, which is pretty constant. Still not getting our upgrade over here. Doesn't look like this station is getting the job done. Oh. Whatever, let's leave it on for now. So, mostly, it's still the worker problem. A lot of our city is doing really well. I like the lighting. And I mean, we don't have the same need to have a functional industry like we did for a while, because we actually are getting enough goods in for our commercial zones, right? This all started because I wanted to make sure we had enough goods for our industry, or for our commercial zones. We are now getting enough in there. We could just be putting down some offices and being quite happy with the fact that we've got 90% highly educated people. But it's sort of the principle of the thing. I like the idea of having, you know, different demographics functioning. This area is still developing, though. You know, people are moving in over here. I mean, not very many households, but they are uneducated. Look at that! Look at all the uneducated people moving in. There we go. Ooh, a new house is showing up now. So I think if we just let it flow, it will happen. I might want to do a round of bulldozers over here, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I could lower taxes a bit more, but again, I'm not sure I want to do that either. I could lower taxes just locally over here. That's an idea. That's not the tool I want. Do the high-tech housing over here. I don't think that's what we need, though. Here, we'll have the commerce work better here. We'll go tax relief for all the residential area in Apprentice Town, which should actually grow to cover that. So we'll try to encourage more people to move in over here. Lots of cars, lots of traffic. Quite a bit of it residential. So you live over there, and you work there. Wow. So you're forced to drive a lot. Certainly, you could just be taking a subway over there. I have a line that goes to this end of town. Why wouldn't you just subway? Is it a little too far to walk from where you live to over here? That might be legitimate. Let's put another subway stop on the other side over here. Oh, I already started to slope, I see. So this is a subway station simply for this one person. Look how nice I am. I mean, multiple people will use it, of course. Where's the mass transit? That's traffic, which we should be checking soon enough. But if we check, like, these lines, 73% car trips saved. That's the new one, so it's not going to give me any stats. That's the one I looked at before. 51. So we are saving some car trips. Whoa! And check out this traffic backlog. You live way over here, and you work over there. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing... Oh, well, that's not even this area of town. I don't even know what you were going here for. Maybe you're coming here for some shopping? Let's compare another one. You're a work van. There we go. So you live here. You go to university there. You're driving to the Valley residence. I wonder where you're going to the Valley residence. You live here, but you're going to someone else's house? Curious. All right. It looks like most people who are coming in are then making a right, although the backlog is here and it's intersection related. I could level this up to a 3-lane highway, which might help, but I still think most people would end up in a right lane, so this wouldn't actually speed things up too much. It's not like there's a terrible backlog. It would just be nice if we could eliminate the traffic light completely. Which I could if I made people come in somewhere else, or in a different fashion. Oof, yeah, that's quite the backlog over here. Everyone's making a right turn. We actually might be able to improve things by making an extra road here. And in fact, I'll specifically make it a one-way. Which is kind of tricky, actually, just because it's going to end up being crooked, but we'll put up with it. But it doesn't create a traffic light, so people who are coming to this area of town will make a lot of rights a little bit sooner. Doesn't eliminate this. Now, what could fix this is if we change this, instead of having a 6-lane, we could change this to 2 one-ways. 2 explicit one-ways, because that would cut down on traffic lights a lot. I think we're going to have to do that. Yeah. Split that up. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we'll start with 1. I need to maybe turn off the snapping here. It sucks that we're going to kick a lot of people out of town. But it's for a good cause.